Hi guys, just give me a second. Hi guys. Um as soon as I don't know who's in. Oh, hey Carol. Sorry. This has been a bleh day. I did get a lot of stuff done. So I guess I should be happy about that. Yeah. Yeah. The family decided they were going to barbecue. And of course, it wasn't until 6. So if I wanted something to eat, I had to go down. So I went down and ate. Which, personally, I would have rather have had whatever I could find here than to deal with all the family garbage. So the theme for tonight may not be the most exciting or the best live topic, but I will get more engagement probably from being on live than I will otherwise. So, remember, if you're from off of YouTube, yeah, I know, but then I'd have to be like, I'd have to put up with why and oh, thank you, Gerald. Hey, iCup. No, you're early. I'm late. Um, Hi, Monica. Okay. Thank you, Monica. Um, Okay. I think, do I have everybody? Did I get a lot of new people? I think so. Okay, so basically what happened is my family decided that they were going to have a cookout. And nobody told me. So here I am. I guess I missed it, Carol. I don't know what that is. Pizza dough, I guess. Okay. So tonight's topic is, oh, come on. Really? Guys, I don't have time to be viewing messages, so okay, you know what? We're not doing this. I don't have time for this. So if you're going to be playing games on my channel, you can leave. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay. Tonight's topic is how to be safe around coyotes. Then this might be something that if you're not from America, no. Oh, okay. There are around 2,000 coyotes living in or around the Chicago area, and there are 9.4 something million people living in the Chicagoland area. Now, are the people that live in Chicago coyote aware? Or do they go about their day completely, totally oblivious to the fact that they now have an apex predator living amongst them? High 7-inch. What? Okay. Hello. And it is on the news quite a bit. So if you're paying attention, and you live in the Chicagoland area, you might know. But there was a time in days past, long before the arrival of white man. We'll talk about that, Gerard Fleming. We will talk about that. Just not yet. So there was a time before the arrival of white man into this region that there were wolves and bears and cougars. Well, we white man, European descendants, wiped out the larger predators. But we still really didn't have coyotes like we do now. That would come much later. But the absence of those predators meant that these predators no, I don't think so. I think there's better ways of dealing with it. I really do. So nowadays we have a situation where there aren't any other apex predators besides the coyotes. Another very important stat that you need to be aware of is that for every 100 people that live in Chicago, there are 22.2 dogs. It's unethical because you could use guard dogs. Sorry, guys, I'm not a spring chicken, and I need to sit down. And we will come back to that stat a little bit later in live. Now, there are also as many. You know what? I hate the slide, but I need it. There are as many as 500,000 cats living on the streets of Chicago. And that is another problem in and of itself, but it also plays a part. I don't know the best way to do the slide. Is that obnoxious for anybody? I feel like you guys can't see my eyes. I don't know. Did it? Because it looks the same size to me. I can't see it, so I don't know. Okay. If I put it back, you're not going to be able to see you're not going to be able to see me. But those cats in the streets of Chicago. Ooh, that's better. The cats out in the streets of Chicago, they actually feed into today's topic, literally. So, coyotes once lived on the plains of North America, but slowly but surely they moved eastward. As other predators were wiped out, the coyote found itself being present without competition. And being a scavenger, it meant that it could pretty much survive anywhere. Humans, unfortunately, make it very easy for them to etch out a living in just about any big city. Oh, that was weird. So every major city nowadays probably has its own coyote population if they live in the United States or Canada. Humans do silly things that they probably really shouldn't be doing, but they do it anyway. For instance, we feed our pets outdoors. Who asked the question? Gerard. Yes, they will attack people. Just answer your question. Yes, they will. It's rare, but it does happen. So, unless you have a 6-foot fence all around your yard, a coyote might jump a 5-foot fence. Or maybe not a 5-foot fence, but if it's a low fence, they might be able to get through it. And that means that the food that you put out for your pet could be feeding coyotes. If it is a 6-foot fence, you can feed your animals outside, probably without too much worry. However, if your animal isn't in a secure yard and you are feeding your animals outside, either at dusk or at dawn, you are opening yourself up to feeding the local apex predator. And I know we have them in my city because you can hear them in certain spots. And there might be people out there who knowingly are feeding coyotes. And this is akin to feeding alligators in Florida, both of which are illegal. Hold on, I gotta go downstairs. Sorry, y'all. No, you didn't get banned. No, I don't think so. 7-inch. So if you're feeding them, you are setting up those animals for failure. Animals that become used to people slowly begin to lose that fear of people. And it's when they aren't afraid of people anymore that they're more apt to approach people and put them more at risk for doing something that's going to cause them to be unalived. Maybe iCup. It depends on the size of the German Shepherd. I thought I had... I can't see it. Okay, so... what can you do to keep them out of your yards and your farms? So, first off, really simple, don't feed them. If you have fruit trees and you have fallen fruits that's laying on the ground, and yes, coyotes will eat fruit, get rid of it. Keep your trash can secure. If a German Shepherd that's running around loose can get into your garbage can, so can a coyote. Keep your vegetation trimmed. You don't want to surprise a coyote that might be hiding somewhere. Keep your vegetation trimmed down so that they don't have a place to hide. What is the point of what? So you can... We're not the topic for tonight, dude. Never leave your small children outside unattended. That is a big one. And way too many people do it. Hi, Michelle. A young man, he was, and by young man, I mean really young man, he was 6, was, if you've, to press on and just make it through. The world needs everybody to function right. Everybody. But getting back on track. Yeah, around a coyote. Around a coyote. Not in general. So 6-year-old boy was on the streets of Chicago. Maybe he'd been to Lincoln Park Zoo or the Nature Museum that's out that way, and he was attacked. Now, he may have surprised a coyote, which if you surprise somebody, would make sense. And that was the first attack in over a decade. We still don't know what triggered that attack. What we do know is that that kid is safe. He wasn't out at night. It was during the day, I believe, from the sound of it. He was with adults. The adults were able to rescue him. And the boy went to the hospital. Well, not typically. It didn't say. What does it make? 6 or 86? What difference does it make? It doesn't make a difference, but it happened to be a child. You can put in one thing. Another thing you can do to help on your property is you can put out sensitive lights, motion sensitive lights. So if one does enter your yard, the light comes on and you know it's there. Now, if the coyote is in your yard and you don't want it in your yard or your property, throw rocks, bang pots and pans, spray it with water. You get the idea. You just want to scare it away. Now let's talk about pets. There's every point to it. You don't want to have somebody hurt because the coyote keeps coming back. The idea is to live peacefully with them. Sometimes that means keeping them off your property. Small dogs and cats are seen as potential prey. Your large dog could be seen as a threat or competition. So that goes back to the question that iCup asked. So there's that. One way to keep your pet safe is to keep your animals current on their vaccinations because, or I should say dogs, not cats, but dogs, because coyotes don't have to be vaccinated against rabies, distemper, or parvo. I'm not talking killing them, Stromorph. I'm not talking killing them. I'm not in favor of killing them. If your yard isn't fenced off, or if you have a low fence, it's not a bad idea to monitor your pets while they're outside. Especially during the hours between dusk and dawn, because that is when coyotes are most active. Never leave them alone outside at night. Keep your dogs. I'm getting ahead of myself. If you are on a trail, keep your dogs on a leash. I think that's the law anyway. In some national parks or parks, you can't even have your dogs, so be mindful of that. Coyotes or other predators could be waiting just around the bend. That's a good idea. I like that idea. Donkeys are really good against coyotes. What type of dogs, can I ask? The best way to keep them away from getting into your yard is amping up your fence game, like I said earlier. A 6-foot fence is advisable. However, if you have a big farm, consider even putting in an electric fence. It's also recommended that if you have livestock or farm pets, that you have a guard dog, a guard donkey, or a llama, for that matter. Here are some hints for you if you encounter one while you're out hiking. Make noise. And this is advisable for any wildlife situation. By the way, if you haven't given the live a like, do so because that helps more people find me. If you do see a coyote, do not approach it. Remember, it is the law, at least in the national parks, that you remain at least 100 yards away from all predators. And that's going to include coyotes. If you have a small pet or a small child with you, it is not coyote racism at all. It's about protecting your livestock and protecting your health. I am not advocating killing them. If you have a small child or a pet with you, pick them up. Stomp your feet if you see one. Throw sticks at it. You don't have to hit the coyote. The intent is to scare them away. If they're not hunting in a pack, I would think so. Again, they don't have to be vaccinated, so who knows what diseases they might be carrying. Yeah, an electric fence would help. But not everybody has electric fences. Lastly, and this is probably the most important thing I will say tonight. Never turn your back to a predator. Don't do it. And at the same time, I would have to look that up. Destroyer. I don't know. £727 per square inch. The average dog is between 200 to 250. I'm guessing a Rottweiler has a stronger bite force. Yeah, a Rottweiler has a bite force of around 328 pounds per square inch. So a Rottweiler has 328. The Coyote has around 727 pounds per square inch. I don't know. Hold on. Okay, that was wrong. Because I think it's a little bit smaller than I don't think it's 323. I don't think. What? Who's Kathy? Oh, I got it. I'm like, what? Guys, please don't insult people. That's not cool. Boys, be nice. And I say boys because I don't know your ages. Guys, be nice. So it's somewhere It is somewhere between 323 and 88. But Rottweiler is up there more than a coyote. Stromorph. That comment totally uncalled for. If I see something like that again, it's a 10-second timeout. Okay, back to where I was at. You want to make sure that you are keeping your kid away from them, keeping you away from the animal. You want to not, really important, you don't run. Running sets off a predator's prey instinct, and they will chase you down. Never turn your back on one. You want to make sure that you are, never turn your back from them. That way you're always, you can always see what they're doing. And I'm sure there's more to it than that. Face it, yell at it, make yourself as big as possible. Put your hands up in the air, wave them around, stomp at them, kick dust at them. Do whatever you need to do. Now, on the other hand, if you buy iCup, hope it's a good match. If you do encounter a coyote, call animal control first. Call your police departments or your sheriff office. Do not call 911 unless it is an absolute emergency. Most police departments have a non-emergency number that you can call. Be careful, because coyotes can be out and about by the day. And if they are, it usually means that they're sick. Not always, but on the other hand, if you do see one with foam coming out of the mouth, you may want to call somebody to have them come out quickly. Check your state's Fish and Wildlife website and see what they say about nuisance wildlife. They might have a number that you can call. When we do these lives, and we will be doing them, Carol, we're not talking about that in my live. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's best to be aware. Thank you, Carol. I'm not trying to scare people by doing these lives or these presentations. I'm educating you on what you can do, what you should do, and what you shouldn't do. Let's talk about a coyote. So, we're going to talk about coyotes for just a bit, to let you know what you're looking at. Your donkey probably has it covered. If you can afford it and you want to buy a Kangol, I mean, I think your donkey probably has it handled. Probably, I would say. Now, if you feel the need to, maybe, but you also said you had other dogs. I think your Rottweilers would handle it. A coyote is about 4 to 5 feet long. They have a 1.5 foot long tail, They're a medium-sized dog weighing between 25 to 45 pounds. Their coat is brownish gray to light gray to a reddish coat. They have a long, slender muzzle, bushy tail, and triangular ears. They have 2 black gland spots on the back of their tail. I wonder if my figure has that. I don't see it. Coyotes and other wild dogs do not lay down. You will not see on a coyote the front and the back feet separately when they walk. They will step the front foot into the back they will stick the back foot into the front foot's paw print. So domestic dogs will always have, you'll always see each paw print. They vocalize in yipes and howls. The scat is less than a diameter in size and very often will have hair in it. Domestic dog, unless it's running wild, will not have hair in it. So now you are Coyote Smart, and we can open up live to general discussion. By the way, if you come into live and you are messing around, my moderator has permission to keep the rest of us safe, and she will time you out for 10 seconds. And if that doesn't fix the issue, then you will be, well, we figure it out from there. Okay. Yeah, so let me see if I can do this without hurting myself. Not literally, but maybe mentally. I will tell you what is coming up. Tomorrow on the second channel. Yeah, we do. And that's also very important. Conservation Spotlight, Florida Panther is tomorrow. Tuesday, we are doing Layers in the Rain. Not tomorrow. Tuesday at 7 p.m., we are doing Layers in the Rainforest. August 22nd, which is a Thursday, Herbivores from Asia and Africa. Friday the 23rd, Habitat Focus, Andean Altapano. August 24th, Zoo to Do, Brookfield Zoo. That should be, wait. That'll be Saturday. Zoo to Do, Brookfield Zoo. And that's where I'm going to stop because that's what's happening. I'm hoping to have shorts back up and going. I don't think I'm going to have pictures of the baby armadillo. If you go to the Brookfield Zoo YouTube page, they probably have pictures of it. I have seen it on Mom's back, and he is too precious. I don't work at a zoo, but I used to. I jokingly say that I worked at a zoo. At one time, that shelf, well, you can't really see it. You can't see it. But that shelf behind me used to be filled with tanks. Yeah, I wish. I really, really do. Maybe not as a zookeeper, but I would have loved to. One, I am too old. Right now to be running and doing all that stuff. I am 45 minutes from Chicago, and the trains don't take you close enough. So I would end up spending more money on transportation than I would get in pays. I am 50 something. And it's not because I don't remember how old I am. I just I'm not giving out my age. Yeah, but there's stuff I want to have that I can't keep because of what it is. And if I can't have what I want, then I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to piecemeal it. I don't. I used to work with kids. And no, before anybody says it, I am not saying that kids are animals or that animals are kids or anything like that. Kids are harder. I have found that animals either like you or they don't. And at a zoo, you a lot of times you're not hands-on with the animal. Usually. But I mean, animals can have their moments, don't get me wrong. Animals have bad days. If you work with animals, you know that. Your dog could wake up one day and decide, hey, I don't want to do something, and nothing you do can make them do it. Sometimes my brothers. Yeah, but will it love the cats? That's the real question. Yeah, but that depends. Are the cats adults? Oh, that's sweet. Is your donkey friendly with you? Yeah, because if it's an adult, yikes. Those dogs are big. And Carol, I don't know if you know what he's talking about, but these dogs have one thing. Yeah, so you do know what he's talking about. Okay. Yeah, I don't. Hello, everybody that's in live. I hate that I can't see everybody. If you're in live and you're enjoying it, click the like button. That helps me out. Had a bunch of people come in tonight. I don't know where they all went. I know one of them got booted. Thank you, 7-inch. I'm going to take a moment to write down people's names. Because I like to do that just for reference sake. I'm here. No, we're not done. Oh, I am sorry. I don't know. Sometimes it does that. 7-inch, you've been in before, right? I'm sure you have. Yeah, it has. If you're here and just watching and not participating, feel free to jump in and chat. Okay. How is everybody's day? Oh, you're welcome. Okay, is anybody else in on that would like to chat? Otherwise, I'm going to say good night. You are most welcome. I have never seen that before, Carol. The HAGN. Yeah. Normally it wouldn't get this late, but have a great night, everybody. Remember to always keep learning and never give up on yourselves. And yeah, be smart, be safe, and don't get chased by coyotes. And good night. Have a great evening. Talk to you later, Carol. Thank you again for all of your help. Thanks for a great chat, everybody, and good night.